The morning sun had just begun to warm the garden when I noticed the unmistakable signs of sabotage. Karen, true to form, had trampled my carefully cultivated flowers again, leaving a path of destruction through the vibrant blooms I had spent months nurturing. I clenched my jaw, sensing both frustration and opportunity. Over the years, Karen's antics had escalated, but each time, I had found a way to respond with strategy, preparation, and authority rather than rash anger. Today would be no different. I examined the damage carefully, noting the paths she had taken, the footprints, and the points of entry she favored. With precision, I began to implement a defensive solution, one that would both protect my garden and make a clear statement about boundaries. By mid-afternoon, a line of dense, sharp cactus plants had been strategically planted along the perimeter of my garden. The barrier was natural, sustainable, and impenetrable by foot without injury. From a distance, it looked beautiful, green, spiky, and alive, but up close it was a formidable deterrent. The next day, Karen appeared again, striding toward my property with her usual swagger, clearly expecting to continue her campaign of destruction. But as she approached the garden, her stride faltered. The cactus barrier stopped her in her tracks. Every step she tried to take was met with sharp resistance. She stumbled, cursed, and finally realized she could not proceed without injury. I stepped onto the porch calmly, Max by my side, and called out, "Karen, the garden is private property. Any further attempts to damage it will be documented and prosecuted. The cactus is here to protect what is rightfully mine, and it will remain." Her frustration boiled over. She yelled, gestured wildly, and even tried to find a way around the barrier. But each path led to the same result: sharp, unyielding protection of my property. Neighbors had gathered quietly at a safe distance, witnessing the spectacle. Karen's usual aura of authority and intimidation evaporated in the face of preparation, strategy, and natural deterrence. I documented the entire scene, taking photographs of the barrier, the footprints, and her attempts to bypass it. Every detail was recorded meticulously, ensuring that any future claims, complaints, or false accusations could be countered with evidence. By the end of the day, Karen retreated, humiliated and frustrated, realizing that her attempts to control, intimidate, and destroy were futile against preparation, legal rights, and strategic defense. The garden, once again, stood unscathed, thriving, and protected. Sarah and I walked among the flowers later, Max padding beside us, alert to any further intrusions. The cacti gleamed in the afternoon sun, a clear and silent warning. Audacity and malice have limits when met with strategy, preparation, and authority. The lesson for Karen was unmistakable. Her relentless efforts to overstep boundaries had been neutralized without violence, yet decisively. The garden was secure, the property protected, and the family's peace preserved. As dusk fell over the ranch, the garden seemed to shimmer, each flower standing proud and untouched. Karen's defeat was complete, her influence diminished, and the message clear. Boundaries, once enforced with strategy and preparation, are absolute. The ranch, the garden, and the family were safe. The cactus barrier was more than a physical defense. It was a symbol of vigilance, careful planning, and the unyielding resolve to protect what is rightfully yours. Karen, for all her audacity, had learned once again that crossing lines comes with consequences she could not escape.